Hi and welcome back with me, Adrian Brits. Now we're going to proceed by looking at the 6 golden rules of mass marketing. And by the end of this session, we'll be able to know exactly how to target the masses. We'll be using powerful principles to approach mass markets. Okay, so the 6 golden rules of mass marketing. Rule number 1, we've already discussed this, we have to go multi-channel to attract the masses. Content marketing is a way of reaching out to the masses. The types of content that can be distributed on the web today is endless, ranging from podcasts, videos, presentations, newsletters and blogs. However, it's no longer good enough to only publish content, guys. Content distribution is the way to make sure that the effort that we take to create the content is going to be rewarded once the content is discovered by multiple audiences. Rule number 2, social proof is extremely powerful. So always leverage it. Today the public is less interested in what a brand or an individual has to say about themselves, but they're more interested in what others have to say. So this is called social proof. Recently I applied social proof on a property investment abroad. By making sure that the tenants had a great time, and they actually then went and they mentioned the luxury aspect of the accommodation on their reviews on a website called Airbnb, which is a social accommodation website. We were actually able to increase the daily rent out of season from 150 to 450 per day just because of what social proof has done for us there. So social proof can't be faked. It has to be real, since most of the reputable platforms that we use, they'll record your IP addresses and they'll make sure that the social proof is going to be authentic. Amazon, Google Play, TripAdvisor, Airbnb, all of these platforms are just some examples of how retailers can triple their earnings when social proof is present in the process. Rule number 3, follow the ABCs of communication during copywriting. So be accurate, brief and clear. It's key requirements, especially in an environment where we've sometimes only got 160 characters to express ourselves. Also, guys, it's useful to consider that the bottom of the pyramid, they're not particularly attracted to inferred benefits, okay? But they would rather respond to very low context communication that certain Western cultures wouldn't respond to. So you've got to be very specific, especially when you start to go global, targeting the bottom of the pyramid, as we call it. Rule number 4, always integrate across social platforms and all your platforms. Integration across platforms. So, for example, your company has a Facebook page, a Twitter account, a WordPress blog, an Amazon report, a SlideShare page, but really all of these platforms should be aligned to work together for you. Okay, if you have an email newsletter with 100,000 recipients, you should be growing it to 200,000 and to 400,000 then, by asking your followers on all the other platforms to also come and subscribe to your email newsletter. So integration across platforms will not only increase the total amount of followers you have, but it's going to protect you against rapid policy shifts. Okay, remember, as I said, when Facebook decided to defraud its investors by no longer displaying posts to all their followers that they bought, it came at the expense of everybody who disregarded email lists and their Twitter account. So integrate your social capital, consolidate it with your email lists, as we're going to show you later in the case studies. Rule number 5, repetition does more good than harm. Why do we say so? Okay, you've got to guard against some of the myths here, guys. All too often we hear people say that if they see more than one post from a company, that they're going to unfollow the company. Okay, really? So, I mean, guys, we're in the game of gathering the type of followers who have no money to spend. Are we in that game to gather those sort of followers that's going to sit there and watch social media all day and count your posts? No, I don't think so. We're not in that game. If a company has 2 million social followers and only 250,000 of them would see your post in the morning, of course you're not going to sacrifice the other 1.75 million followers by refusing to repeat the post at lunchtime again. Okay, so many of our followers may only check their social media once per day. It's our responsibility to win the game by communicating with our followers regardless of what time of the day they choose to read their social media posts. Okay, so repetition can do a lot better for you than it could be causing harm. Rule number 6, the last one. Guys, we've got to enable and share virility. Okay, people have got to be able to share your posts. They've got to be able to share it on Twitter, on Facebook, so make it easy on your website for them to share. There are 2 sets of factors that will enable sharing and virility. The factors go hand in hand for anyone who is a master at marketing. Firstly, you've got your technological enablers that represents all the steps that we can take so that we make our content easy to share. This includes sharing buttons, requests, and even general user experience considerations that we will get if we're hiring a smart web designer. Secondly, your content has got to be compelling. Okay, nobody wants to share content that's not compelling or interesting. So the main question here for rule number 6 is, does your content, would you say that it entertains, educates and informs the reader? Excellent, guys. Well, I hope you enjoyed this session on the 6 golden rules of mass marketing, but more importantly, I hope you can go and implement them in your business so that you can sit back and watch the growth that you get from the implementation.